Hi again guys, and welcome to episode 43 of D.A.R.C, or Does Anyone Really Care? The mini review series for often underappreciated cars from Gran Turismo 6, which don't really seem to be used as often as they are deserving of being used. So in this episode, this may seem kind of an odd car to include, seeing as it is already quite a desirable, fast and exotic vehicle. It is of course the Aston Martin DB7, as you can see. As far as I can remember, this car was based on the Jaguar XK, if I remember correctly. I may well be wrong though. And personally, I didn't used to like this car. It wasn't until very recently actually that I started really getting into Aston Martin models. I've never really been much of an Aston Martin fan, but recently I have come to like quite a few of their cars a lot more than I used to, and this model is no different. But what does it have to offer? Because there are quite a few Aston Martins to choose from on Gran Turismo, and many of them do have more power and higher PP ranges than this one. So why purchase this version? Well, the main advantage of this particular Aston Martin model is its drivability. Now, all of the Aston Martins on the game are fast cars. They're not necessarily the fastest in their respective category, but they are very fast. And this car is no different. But some of the other Aston Martins can be a little bit, not quite leery, but definitely not the easiest of cars to drive, mainly due to their size and weight, because Aston Martins are luxury GTs, so they are naturally quite heavy, even with a full weight loss package. Now, this particular model weighs in at 1,316 kilos with the full weight loss package, so it still isn't as light as many of the other sports cars in the game. That said, for a vehicle of its size and with the level of kit that it has, that is a respectable weight. Now, it's a rear-wheel drive car, fairly obviously, front engine also, which is also obvious, so it's naturally has a very good weight balance for things like drifting and track-based handling. Now, I haven't actually built one of these as a drift car yet, but I have no doubt that it would make a very, very good drift car, because it's got quite a long body, this car, which helps with counterbalance for drifting and with track performance in general. And the weight distribution is mainly over the front end, which does give you the natural weight balance that you need for drifting. But what about in terms of racing or just high-speed performance in general? Well, it's definitely no slouch. Fully tuned, this car puts out 659 horsepower. So like I said, it's not the most powerful Aston Martin, it's far from it. But it is a powerful car, it's in truly supercar territory. And the PP, I would say, is actually quite reasonable on this model. Fully tuned, it only sits at 563 PP, which, when you think about it, is actually relatively low considering how fast this car is. Now, in terms of performance, for top speed you're looking at around the 250 mph mark without nitrous, so it is a quick car. Acceleration is very good as well, not necessarily record setting, but definitely quick. And overall, it's a very nice car to drive. I would say it's one of the better handling Astons. It has remarkably little wheel spin, and the handling is very consistent. It doesn't really do anything to surprise you. It handles very well, I would say, almost like a touring car or some vehicle like that. Very dependable, slightly heavy but in a good way kind of handling with plenty of grip. And like I said, it's also very fun to drive. Now, the price on this one is expensive, as all the Aston Martins are. It's a 195,000 credit car, but that is considerably cheaper than some of the other, or if not most of the other Aston Martin models on the game. Now, if you haven't tried this car out before, I would definitely recommend you do so. Not necessarily for racing, but purely because it's a nice car to own and it's very fun to drive. So that's it for this episode. I'll see you guys next time, and as always, thanks for watching.